Cancer. Cancer's astrology. Kronos. Crohn's disease. Crone is time, beast. Father Kronos. Father time. Notice how they put that as a bowel disorder. Yeah, and Kronos sits on the throne. Just like you have Pleiades as your mother hub, the most important source for this planet, you guys, and how we get here in the first place. Notice how they've taken the word Pleiades, or the Pleiades, as some say, for the Pleiades. They aid with the plea. Yes, this is why the ladies, they hear the pleas and the cries. They're the ones who carry the bowls. They carry the prayers and the incense, and they pour them out upon the earth. Where's that hub coming from? The Pleiades. Notice how they have a disease called AIDS. Notice where they got it from. It originates from astrology. Now just take that little bit of information I gave you and go see what else you can find with that. I'm sure you can find other things that kind of fit in. So yeah, literally astrology is another part of the blueprint for the diseases. A lot of the diseases come from a imbalance, friend, an imbalance. There is definitely a mental imbalance coming from these use of these terms with these diseases, because they have taken something that is good and they have created something that is not good, you guys. Diseases. Yeah, and the diseases come forth because the body has not been charged. It has not been grounded. The lack of photosynthesis, the lack of fresh raw diet will create a physical imbalance in the pH of the body. Notice how I've told you several times how P is the key. P is a key. You don't get into the H house without the key. Gotta have that key, you guys. You gotta have that key. For that house. You can't come in the house unless you have that key. Hymen. A hymen has to have the key to come through. And I've shown you how the penis is the key. The pen is the key. Pen is the key. Okay. You get that key of the house. You get that P house. That pH. This is why the house is always seeking pH balance. The key house is always seeking balance. This is why you are the yin and the yang, the white and the black. You're that angel on that tightrope. And it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act, friend. In a sense, there is no net, but at the same time, there is a safety net, friend. The stars are the safety net, just so you know. Your soul is the safety net. But yeah, notice how those disorders come from astrology terms. Hope you can see the construction in that and how it's misinformation. It's misinformation because your body heals itself, friend. Your body heals itself, and many are administering toxins and poisons into their body without their awareness. Where do these come from? A lot of these toxins, they come from companies, you guys. They're putting it in food and water, vaccinations and medications, all of this stuff that is not natural or healthy for the body. Oh yeah, and then the chemtrails. The chemtrails are spraying shit on us, you guys. They're spraying us down here in the below. And yeah, everybody should understand that they are spraying us, because what is up comes down. The aluminum in the soil, just so you know, those have spiked. The aluminum rates in the soil has spiked. And just so you know, the soil is kind of like a sponge. So then that gets into the water table also. Yeah, and so this is why it is good to, put good nutrients back into your soil and churn your soil. This is why it's good to use, waters that are natural too on your ground where you're planting. Yeah, we're technically in a closed environment too, you guys. We're in a closed environment, kind of like that snow globe that you're inside in a sense. That's why you're like tethered to the earth. And then keep in mind the earth is your body. You're tethered to your body. I showed how your body's the 666. You're tethered straight to that, friend. Then you gotta see how that box is your body, and then the box connects to the 777, the jackpot, and the 777 connects to the 888, it connects to the 999, then it connects to the 1000. You're connected to all the numbers. Everybody is. There are some that were created who don't have a long existence. You need to see the stars and the stories and how they, technically they're here, and then their light kind of goes out, or they're ate up, or they fall and they become the comet. You're the fallen angel, you guys, who must rise to the occasion. Just so you know, you do this with that balance. I've shown you how you have your 666 connects to your 89 red queen. It points straight to your head. And how that is the death daisy, or the flower of life. Talking about life and death there in that cube, you guys. And that cube rolls and plays on your 12 zodiac wheel, your Christos wheel or ladder that is a spiral. So you've got the 666 that plays in the circle. It's also the spiral. It's you. A lot of people don't want you to be saved. They don't want you to think you're important. I'm here to tell every single person on the face of the earth you're saved and you're important. That's why you're here. Just so you know, there's redemption for all. And it comes through your divine awareness to understand how God loved you from the beginning. You were called into time. You were called from the well of souls to come into time and play. And you could play Battleground. You could play Playground. There's so many different things that you could play while you're here in the multiverse that is a part of the reality that's happening now. All the instances of the realities happen at the same time. I try to explain these on a linear level, but I also try to explain them on a spiral level. I can see it all in my head. I hope you can too. There's going to be more people out here teaching this kind of stuff, but just so you know, with the Gematria, be sure you look at all those numbers, friend, and don't just take just a couple of those words from the Gematria and like try to slice it in there and get a recipe like they had going on for thousands of years. Look at all the numbers, look at all the words, see how they all connect. See how important your astrology is to learn here, friend, because there's lots of people that come here and want to cut your ass down. Keep in mind, You could be a fat ass juicy peach, and there's still gonna be people who don't like peaches. Just be yourself. You won. You won.